Hey everybody, good morning. Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit. We're in the 3.5 Monster Manual, and today we are on something called the Locathah. Locathah? I don't know how to say it. I think it's Locathah. It's this guy, and they're actually a really lame enemy. They have no teeth, even though in the picture it shows they have teeth, but in the description it says they have no teeth, and that they have no claws and no way to defend themselves except for with crossbows and spears. They'll run away if they can't use those. But doesn't matter if it's lame, because that's not why we're here. We're here to make everything in the Monster Manual. Let's do it. Let's start out with our basic technique of making a base for this dude. Like that. Let's get some baking soda. Ooh, ah. Alright, we'll set that over here. I'm not even going to bother closing that up. Then I grabbed a few hero clicks that would be cool to use. This guy has like a translucent water base thing, but I don't know how I could protect that real well because it's not actually very good. And painting it, and again, to make it look like water, I don't think would be ideal. So I have a scroll here, and then I think this is Black Panther, but I'm not sure. He's had some kind of cape at some point that I ripped off for some purpose. This guy might actually be the best choice I have here, though. Just because if you look at like the positioning of adding all those fin things on, this one looks like it might be easier to handle. So let's start with him. And I did a little test thing first. To make all those little fins, I was going to use this hole puncher, but it's just, my hole puncher is way too big for the holes we need. So we're not going to be able to make that work. So he has fins on his head, on his arms, on his legs. So for the fins, what I think we can do is we can kind of just cut the shapes we need easily out of this plasticky kind of cardstock, or you could use any cardstock really. This is something I had from I don't remember where I got this. Oh, it was off of a floor mat from the Dollar Tree. And we'll just get a dab of glue to get it held in place, and then we'll move it around, or we'll secure it better later. Okay. So what I'm going to do is drag that around so there's not giant globs, and then kind of set that in place like that. Then I'm going to lean him there so that can dry without any drama, and start making my next ones. Let me get a sharper knife out. Oh, come on, you. There we go. I don't know if this one's sharper or not. Looks like it has paint all over it. And you want to try and make these about the same size, you know. I'm going to set him right back where he was so that can settle. We got to do these for his legs too. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Oh, I messed that one all up. Let's start over. Yeah, it's Saturday for me. I don't know what it is for you. I assume it's probably Saturday too. We played our game last night. It was nice. So, let's see here. Okay. Oops. Come on, fingers. Do what I ask. You're getting a tiny dab of glue. Boo, 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 boo. Let's get that smeared around and attached to that leg. Okay. Got a lot of spider webs. Oh, I'm stuck to them. Don't worry, it didn't burn or anything that time. Okay. Now we have to worry about his horrible head ones, and I'm not sure how easy those ones are going to be to do because they are significantly smaller, and he's got like a crest that goes across the top of his head as well. So I think for these I'm going to kind of get a rough outline going. I mean, I really wish I could use that hole puncher for that. It'd be so much easier. What else do I have? I have that hole puncher. That's pretty much it. Well, let's try it. It's really small. Oh, that'll work. And then it's got to have that curve to kind of go on top of his head too. Okay. Then we need some sort of sides of his face. Even though this hole puncher is not ideal, it's kind of the best option. So what I'm going to do with these face side ones is I'm just going to get a little dab of glue first. Alright. Something like that. That's not ideal. I understand that. But sometimes when you're doing this really small stuff, getting anything ideal going is just about impossible. Now it doesn't show the back of him, but I would guess there's probably some fins on his back too. I'm just getting behind here and getting any glumpies or lompies or any weird sticky outies. Alright, so I'd like to get some fins on his back, but I think that'd be easier to do once we have him on the base. So let's get him. Let's get some spots here of glue where his feet can stick. Okay. So his feet were a little further apart than I anticipated. No problem. No problem at all. Alright, let's get him on that base. Oops. Yeah, he's good and sturdy. All right. Now, the picture doesn't show them with spear or crossbow, and it looks like their hands couldn't even hold a spear or crossbow if they wanted to, unfortunately, by design. But I think we can do something still. Okay. We need to strengthen all that up. And to do that, somebody upstairs is sprinting around. One of the little doomsters is going at it. It's living life big. Okay. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle. We're going to come from behind too, it looks like. Just to make things sturdy. Okay, so now our Locathah has a little more strength and sturdiness. I do have some spider webs here. Okay. Alright, so we do need a spear, and his hands are really small. And the art here shows that they have like flippers on their hands. So I got to think about that. But in the meantime, his back is pretty straight. But I'm going to get this hole filled in a little bit here. Just with a dibby dab of glue. He's got some little shoulder holes. So I'm going to get some glue and drag it around. Try to fill it a little bit. There we go. Alright, let's make a back fin for him. We can make it kind of long, really. I don't think it'll hurt anything. This gives us something to play with. Okay. Oops. Okay. to need to strengthen that up most likely. So let's just right off the bat get glue on that bad boy. Some baking soda. Alright, let's sort out our spear problem. Now, if you have like a sewing needle or something that you can get going, that would probably be the easiest thing to do, would be my guess. And I used to have some down here. I never used them, and somebody I knew was like, hey, you have any needles? And I was like, yeah. And I had a little, it was just like I had a little sewing kit, and I do have another sewing kit that I can't find. So let's find something small that we can get a spear going with. Something thin and tiny, and if I can find that one little, it was like a crappy sewing kit, that'd be perfect. I don't see it anywhere, so we're just not going to be able to use that, unfortunately. But we're not out of options. If you have two paper clips, really thin paper clips, which I know there we go, you son of a gun. Really thin paper clips. Alright, so you have really thin paper clip. And you want to straighten that out, I suppose. Okay. And I'm going to get some, let me get a piece of plastic here. I used this yesterday. It worked out pretty well. I'm going to get a little bit of glue here in this cut. Nice, good bond. We'll do the same thing with the bottom part. Maybe we will. If I can get it. So that's not quite sturdy yet. We need to add a little more. That's pretty sturdy now. Okay. We need a spear tip. And he's underwater. And he's this and he's that. So what I'd like to do is get something janky we can use to make him a cool spear tip. I have a bunch of these really old Halloween bat rings that I've had for many, many years and never used. And I think that we could use something like that to make him a spear tip maybe. I don't know yet. We'll see in a second. Oh man, we could have used those to... Yeah, we could have used those to do his fins with. Oh well, it's too late now. So I want to make a janky looking halberdy looking spear tip with that. And then to get that to mount, I'm just going to soak it in my glue and rub it all over my spear tip here, my handle. that in place. Sprinkle a little bit of baking soda. Okay. Now I do want this handle to have a little more texture because it is a really like coppery looking paper clip that I don't know how well it's going to hold paint even with a prime. So what I'm doing is just spreading some glue around on that and hoping that'll help with the baking soda. Okay, so there's our Locathah. Again, not sure if that's how you pronounce it. He's crafted and ready to get painted up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a little break here and paint him and base coat him and whatever I'm doing, you know, and he'll come back and we'll paint him up all the way. I'm doing the prep stuff. What I'd like for you guys to do is do me a favor. Can you like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, leave me a comment. I like the comments the best. I know they might not be the best one for the algorithm, but I actually enjoy answering the comments. It's kind of fun for me. So, yeah. His face has got crap all over it. Oh, well. But, yeah, do me all them favors. Head to the website, maybe. Buy some minis if you can. That'd be sick. You're not going to beat our mini prices. They're phenomenal. You know, these guys wear net clothing. Never mind. All right, so anyways, join our Discord, hang out with us, paint with us, stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. Ask, I'd love to meet you and see your crafts too. So we'll see you next time in part 2.